So the cheap one's not cheap anymore. That's it. That's the video. You can go. Oh, okay. Stay because the details are genuinely stupid and I need someone to be stupid with. The Steam Deck, the little handheld that spent 4 years being the one piece of gaming hardware nobody had a bad word for, the budget hero, the thing your friend who doesn't really game anymore bought and then quietly dumped 400 hours into Balatro on, that Steam Deck just got more expensive and not a little. The 1 terabyte model went from $649 to $949, $300 overnight. No new screen, no new guts. Same deck, just cost $300 more. And the part I want you to hold on to for the next 10 minutes, it's sold out anyway. Wonderful. Love that for us. Let's lay out the damage. Two models on the shelf right now. The 512 gig OLED used to be $549. It's $789 now. That's $240. The 1 terabyte used to be $649. It's $949. There's your 300. This was May 27th, this week. And here's a small bonus humiliation. A deals account on Twitter called Wario64 clocked the price change before Valve said a single word about it. Your customers found out from a guy whose entire job is refreshing store pages. Cool. Now context, because the number on its own doesn't do it justice. The Steam Deck launched in 2022 at $399, $399. And when the OLED version showed up in 2023, better screen, better battery, nicer everything, Valve didn't raise the price, they held it. They even slashed the old models to clear them out. That's the move that turned this thing into a legend. While every other company on Earth was finding new ways to charge you for less, Valve went, here's a better product for the same money. And the entire internet did a little trust fall into Gabe Newell's arms. So let me say this slowly. A handheld from 2023 running a chip from 2022 now costs $949. You know what costs less than that? A PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro. The one with all the marketing about the fancy upscaling. That is now the cheaper option compared to the little guy you play Vampire Survivors on while you're supposed to be paying attention on a work call. I'm going to get to why this happened, and the why is honestly worse than the what, but sit with the what for one more second. There are handhelds on the market right now that are flat out more powerful than the deck and cost about the same or barely more. The Lenovo Legion Go 2, the ROG Xbox Ally X. 6 months ago, those things looked like luxury nonsense for people with more money than sense. This week, they look reasonable. That's the magic trick Valve just pulled. They didn't make the deck better. They made the competition look sane. Okay, the why. Valve put out a blog post, and credit where it's due. It's about as honest as a price hike statement ever gets. Paraphrasing here, but it's basically, the deck didn't change, the world did. Component costs went up, blame the industry. We'll keep you posted. And the thing they were too polite to spell out, the thing this whole video is actually about, is 2 letters and a number. RAM. There's a memory shortage, a bad one. People have started calling it Ramageddon, which is the kind of word you only reach for when things are properly cooked. DDR5 memory, the stuff in your PC, your console, your handheld, has tripled, in some places quadrupled since late 2025. RAM that ran you $75 a year ago is pushing 300 now. And here's where I need you to tilt your head, because none of this is about gamers. We're not the cause, we're not even in the room. It's AI. The 3 companies that make basically all the world's memory, Samsung, SK Hynix, Micron, looked at their factories and did some math. They can crank out regular RAM, the kind that goes in your stuff, and sell it for $5 or $10 a chip. Or they can make the fancy high bandwidth memory that AI data centers are begging for and sell that for $60, $100 a chip. Same factory, same silicon, 10 times the money. So guess what they stopped making? The reporting says these companies shifted north of 90% of their production to the AI stuff. 90%, which means the scraps left over, the actual consumer memory that goes in the thing you wanted to buy, got rare. Rare means expensive. Expensive means your $900 Steam Deck. And read that chain back with me, because it might be one of the dumbest sentences in modern gaming. You are paying $300 extra for a 4-year-old handheld because a server farm in the desert needs to generate pictures of cats in little hats. That's the mechanism. That's the entire thing. The chatbots ate the RAM and you got the bill. And the worst part, this isn't the old kind of shortage that fixes itself in a few months. Analysts are saying it doesn't normalize before 2027. This isn't a supply hiccup, it's a decision, a permanent reallocation of the world's memory away from you and toward the AI gold rush. And you're just standing at the bottom of it holding a credit card. And just for a second, to be a little bit more serious, because there's something real under all of this and it's been bugging me. The Steam Deck mattered for a specific reason. It was never the fastest thing or the prettiest thing. What it was the door. For 400 bucks, you got into PC gaming, your whole Steam library, the indie stuff, all of it. Without dropping $1,500 on a tower and a graphics card you'd have to fist fight a scalper for. It was the machine you recommended to the friend who figured this hobby just wasn't for people like them. It was the one that didn't make you feel broke for wanting in. And I keep thinking about the person who'd been saving for it. The one who put it off because rent, because the car, because life kept happening. The one who finally hit a paycheck where the math worked, opened the page this week ready to do the thing, and the number's $300 higher than it was in their head. Nothing about the machine got better. It just costs more now over a fight they were never even a part of. That's the part that gets me. Not that hardware costs money. Hardware costs money, fine, grow up. It's that the one thing in this entire space that is actually built to be reachable just got quietly lifted onto the high shelf. And nobody who lifted it up there is going to lose a wink of sleep over the person who can't reach it anymore. The cheap one was the whole point, and the cheap one's gone. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled clowning. A couple of bonus indignities I didn't get to. One, remember how I said it sold out? Yeah. They jacked the price $300 and it still went out of stock in some regions inside a day. So the lesson Valve just learned, the lesson every company on earth is about to learn, is that you'll pay it. We complain and then we add to cart. We're not a movement, we're a focus group that yells. Two, Valve's also got the Steam Machine coming, their little console-shaped PC plus a VR headset called Steam Frame. Both already delayed, both because of, say it with me, the memory thing. And now that we've watched Ramageddon do this to a handheld from 2023, you can do the math on what a brand new, more powerful Steam Machine is gonna run you. People are tossing around north of $1,000 like it's a guess. It's not a guess, it's a countdown. And this isn't only a Valve problem, by the way. Nintendo's been creeping prices up all year. Microsoft quietly walked the Xbox Series X up to $649. The whole industry is doing it at the same time and pointing at the same scapegoat, which is real convenient because when everybody raises prices together, nobody has to be the bad guy all on their own. If it were me, I'd wait. The refurbished decks are still floating in the $600 to $700 range, which is at least less insane. And honestly, the smartest move right now is to just want the thing you already own a little harder. Your current setup got a glow up this week purely by not getting more expensive. Congratulations, go hug your old hardware. So if this found you mid-doom scroll at 1 in the morning wondering if you missed your window on a deck, you kind of did. Sorry, you know the drill. The like, the sub, all of that. And down in the comments, tell me the one piece of gaming hardware you're glad you bought before the world lost its mind. Mine's sitting on my desk and I will not be elaborating. I'll see you in the next one. Cyler, out.